I tried 3 of Andrew Huberman's main pieces of advice he gives to people, and I did them this year, and here is what I found. The first one that I tried was delaying my morning caffeine. Essentially, he tells people to delay your morning coffee or caffeine tea about 90 minutes after waking. And this is because the caffeine receptors attaches onto adenosine. Adenosine builds up the longer we are awake, and we still have adenosine in our system when we wake up. But if you have coffee or tea, I need to keep thinking about my tea lovers out there. If you have caffeine, let's say that, it attaches onto the adenosine, which mutes the response of the body getting rid of the adenosine. So later on in the day, about 2 to 3, 4 p.m., you have that buildup of adenosine. Caffeine wears off, so you have extra tiredness in the afternoon because you never expelled any of that adenosine. It's still in the system, it's just lying dormant. Then when the caffeine wears off, adenosine creeps back in, and you're supposed to get a pretty bad level of tiredness, fatigue, exhaustion in the afternoon. There's 2 things that I found. The first thing, this is very true. I stopped having my morning coffee and waited about 2 hours after, maybe 3. I usually train early. And then later in the afternoon, I actually didn't get that I didn't get that afternoon slump around 2 to 3 p.m., which was actually really surprising because it affected me pretty much immediately. I saw this on the first day that I tried it, and I tried it for about a month, and it really worked. I didn't have to take a 10-minute nap. I didn't have to feel like, oh my word, I need to wake myself up, or I feel like I need another coffee just to get another hit. I didn't feel that, and that was pretty amazing. And for you, that might be really beneficial and important because you may be sitting at desks all day. You know, when you're at desks, you're not doing too much activity. And when you get that tiredness, the first thing you want to do is fall asleep. And that's just one example how that can help you. So if you are a caffeine lover, you have it first thing in the morning, maybe start delaying it, because what you will find is pretty much the same day, you're not going to get that afternoon slump. The second thing I just want to note with that is if you train early in the day, let's say 30 to 60 minutes after waking, and you have a cup of coffee or your caffeine, you actually feel that exhaustion or tiredness, fatigue more intense than if you didn't have that coffee. And I think that's because of the double effect here. You're training hard and you're getting that caffeine with adenosine delay. So you do feel it more intense in the afternoon. I did personally. So the point is, the first tip really works. If you don't want to feel that drowsiness, tiredness, exhaustion in the afternoon, and you do enjoy your caffeine in the morning, try delay it 90 minutes to 2 hours, and you're not going to get that slump. Tip 2, he talks about sunlight in your eyes, getting out as early as possible to get the sunlight in your eyes, which has a cascade of many, many benefits, including the melatonin production later on in the day, which will help you sleep. It helps with your mood straight away because you're getting out in natural light and you're seeing the sun rise, which is good for your nervous system. It's good to regulate your hormones. It's kind of a natural, in fact, it's a very natural thing we used to do hundreds, thousands of years ago. We used to wake up with the sun, we used to go down with the sun. So it's in our biological system, it's in our nature to still do this. But unfortunately, and it depends where you are in the world, we don't tend to do that these days. You know, we get up at different times. The sun is a little bit all over the place. In the sun in the winter in the UK, you won't see it till 8 a.m. And most people are at work then or traveling to work. So it's very different how it used to be. However, it's a good idea to try and get yourself back there as best as possible, because what I found was I naturally do this anyway, but I found that there was something in me that just felt more grounded, more stable, more at peace, that I actually got out in sunlight, even if it was cloudy, because the clouds just scatter the sun, so you will still get it. I just felt more peace in my mind, that I did something which was good for me. So in me, I felt intrinsically good. I sleep pretty well, so later in the day with my sleep, I don't think I noticed too much of a difference. Maybe if I slept bad and I started doing this, I would probably see the difference. But I would highly recommend this because it just kicks off your day in a real pleasant way. You're going to wake up, you'll see the outdoors. Even if you get to work and you have a quick 10 minutes, just get outside quickly, get the sun in your eyes, And you're going to notice as well intrinsically that it's a real pleasant, peaceful, calming effect on your nervous system and helps ground you before your day even begins. And hey, if you struggle with sleep and you start doing this, I could probably guarantee that it's going to help you in the evening as well. Because like I said, the cortisol and the melatonin kind of have a WhatsApp messenger system going on here. They'll message each other. And if cortisol, you get outside early in the day, it will kind of send a message to melatonin later on saying, hey, we did this earlier, now it's time for you to do this, which should help you get to sleep. So tip number 2, intrinsically and naturally satisfied me, made me more calm, more stable, and I think it will help you too. And then 3 was Huberman's advice on how you perceive and respond to stress, or how you react to stress. So he talks a lot about the growth mindset and stress not inherently being bad. We all always perceive stress as something which is a catastrophe for us. Stress is bad, it's going to cause us this, it's going to distress us, it's going to do this, this, and this. But remember, thousands of years ago, we needed stress to survive. If we didn't have the stress signal, how could we know there was a lion chasing us? How could we know that there was a weather threat? How did we know that we were in immediate danger? We needed the stress response acutely to keep us safe, to keep us alive. However, the stress response now is many, many different things. It's running late for work. It's being stressed out in a relationship. It is financial problems. It is health problems. It is feeling burnt out, feeling unwell, stress telling you that you need to change, etc., etc. But here's the thing. Acute levels and short-term levels of stress is actually very good for us because it keeps us alive. It keeps us on the straight and narrow. It reminds us what we need to do. We get stuff done. Training as a stress, so exercise stress for the body is really beneficial because you're exercising your body, you're changing your tissues, your muscles, your joints, you're getting stronger, etc. So stress, known as eustress, is a good thing. And here's where it goes wrong. We perceive any stress as bad. And what this does to your mind is it always sees stress as a negative connotation. So when we are stressed, we instantly feel more stressed because we're stressed. It's like that horrible circle. Oh man, this is so, just beats your mind. And it always keeps you in that state of sympathetic nervous system where it's fight and flight, it's adrenaline, it's all of this, all of this. But Huberman recommends that we see stress as a good thing. And this changes our reaction and our perspective to the stress in front of us so we can better deal with it, better deal with the situation. Say it's a relationship stress, albeit it's quite hard to see that as a good thing. See it as something, okay, what's happening here? I'm very stressed, but how can I perceive this as good so I can make better solutions, choices, decisions, how maybe I can act better, change my behavior around it. And this only promotes higher levels of calm, relaxation, parasympathetic. Let's give another example. Let's say you have work stress, you have deadline stress, you have business stress. It's coming at you. Instead of you thinking, this is, I can't do this. Think, okay, let's switch it around. This pressure is good for me. This pressure is what I need. This stress is good. How can I turn this stress into proactivity? Is that a word? It is now. How can I turn this stress into something good? How can I use this stressful energy and apply it to my life as opposed to me getting burnt out, overwhelmed with everything coming at me? Actually, no, I'm going to use it. I'm going to flip my mindset to a growth mindset and use this stress, find out solutions within it, and make me feel alive. Make me feel proud of myself after perceiving this stress as good. And that really helped me this year. Building Purvida, lots of stressful times, building an app, and seeing that stress as good really changed my evaluation of that stress and helped me move forward and make the necessary steps forward so I could keep growing as opposed to feeling that fight, flight, or complete freeze response where I just like, I want to give up. So if you're stressed right now, anxious, try to flip your mindset to this is good perspective, and it's going to really help you make the necessary steps forward and just help you continue to grow. Give them a go going into 2024 and your health will skyrocket. Thanks for your time. If you enjoyed this, please subscribe to the channel. Big love to you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.